Good evening. So it seems as though something has led you to the campsite of the Orator. Well, as you can see, I've stoked the fire, which means it's time for you to pull up your chair and settle in, because tonight, I have another tale to tell. When two teens in England decide to sneak out of their house in the middle of the night to go to McDonald's, they think it's pretty harmless. Sure, they're not supposed to, but as long as they sneak out, get food, and get back before their parents realize, what could go wrong? They go, they eat, and on the return trip at 4 in the morning, in a totally dead city, they run into the Lady in Black. But before we begin, if you find yourself enjoying this kind of content, first-hand true accounts of the supernatural, paranormal, things that go bump in the night, then allow the spirits to guide your plan chat to both the like and subscribe button as well as the notification bell. That way you get notified every time I upload new content. In the month of July, we are moving, and so my content is coming out a little bit more slowly. I'm trying to do once a week at least. Second, as I mentioned, all my stories are true first-hand accounts of the supernatural and paranormal. Today's story comes from us from Redditor, SuchCabinet9547, and I will make sure to post their video below. But if you or anybody you know has a story and you think that it would fit well on my channel, just reach out to me on any of my social media and we'll find a time to get together, collect your story, and potentially one day feature it here on the Orator. And lastly, if you would like to support the channel, I do have a Patreon and I have merch, and if you could check those out, I would of course always appreciate it as I continue to grow the channel. And now, with all of that out of the way, let's get on to today's tale. It is a story that I call The Lady in Black. Olivia and Ivy are not only cousins, but really close friends. They like to hang out all of the time together. They're about 14 years old, and they live in Yeovil, England. It's kind of in the southwest corner of England. And right now, Ivy is staying over at Olivia's house, and she's staying the night. And it is currently the middle of the night. We're talking like 2 in the morning. And Olivia and Ivy decide they're going to sneak out of their house and walk to the local McDonald's. Now, it's a little ways away. They have to walk kind of far, maybe 2 miles or so to get there. But as long as they get back before their parents wake up, they think this is kind of harmless. We're going to sneak out. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to get some food, and then we're going to get back, and it's going to be kind of like this kind of like secret between the two of us. And so at about 2 a.m., they sneak out of the house, and they head to this McDonald's. They walk all the way there. There are absolutely no issues. Of course, because it's so early in the morning, there's no traffic, there's no foot traffic, there's nothing. I mean, it is a dead town. They finally reach this McDonald's, and for a little while, they just enjoy a bunch of cheeseburgers. They eat, they laugh, they talk, they just sort of hang out there, and then at some point, they finish up their very late night or early morning meal, and then they start to head back home. And as they're walking, they eventually come past this Tesco gas station, and just past it is this tunnel they need to walk through. It's a walking tunnel, and then it goes upstairs out into the street, and it gets them closer to their home. And so they start to head towards this tunnel, and right as they get to the entrance of this tunnel, there's usually this cat that lives by the house right by that tunnel that is normally right there interacting with them, because they come out at this time kind of a lot. And so they're very used to this cat. So they get right to the threshold of that tunnel, and they both stop. And they both are kind of looking around for the cat. They don't see it. And then they look up at this house that's up kind of away from the street, and there the cat is in the windowsill. And they can kind of see the cat's gold reflective eyes looking back at them. And Olivia remembers there was just something weird, not necessarily about the cat, but about the whole scene. Everything felt off somehow. She said it wasn't scary or necessarily wrong, but it didn't feel right. It's like something was in the air that kind of made her skin crawl. And so Olivia, not really thinking anything other than there's a strange feeling in the air, she gets ready to continue into this tunnel. But before she does, she notices, kind of all of the street lamps everywhere are out. It's very, very dark, except right by this house, there's one street lamp. And as she's kind of looking, at first she was looking at the cat, she was looking at the house. Now she's focused on this street lamp, the only one lit. And right below it is this, what looks like a woman in a long black dress. Now she's quite a ways away. They don't get a great look at her, but she's very, very tall. She's very frail. Her her whole face is in shadow, and she seems to be kind of tilted and looking almost like she's either looking at the cat also, or like maybe she's just sort of staring off into the distance. She's not looking at Olivia or Ivy. It's almost like she doesn't even see them. And so Olivia, she's looking at this lady, and she sees that out of the corner of her eye, Ivy is also looking at her, and they're both getting the creeps. I mean, something is just totally off about this girl. And she's sitting there, and she's kind of staring off looking at this cat, and then just as suddenly, it's almost like Olivia says it's like she was a marionette. She suddenly turned and faced them as fast as lightning, like someone had turned strings and her whole body whipped around. It was kind of like unnatural. It isn't how a body would move. And suddenly, this woman, this thing, this creature, this wraith-like creature, is not staring up at this cat, it's staring dead at Olivia and Ivy. And they take one look, and it's like Olivia said, it was like the bottom dropped out of her stomach. It was like all of her animal instincts that keep her alive, that keep her safe, told her, you have to get out of here right now. Whatever this thing is that looks like a woman in front of you, it is not a woman, and you are in immediate danger. And she didn't even have to look at Ivy. She didn't have to nothing. She knew that Ivy felt the exact same way. It was like something feral, something animal in them was telling them, run as fast as you can. And that's what they did. They didn't communicate with each other. They didn't ask. There was no signal. They just turned and fled as fast as they could down the tunnel. And Olivia and Ivy are running literally breakneck speeds down this tunnel. And as they're running down the tunnel, Olivia chances a glance behind her. And somehow this woman is now down the tunnel with them. It's like she's gone from way up at the street lamp all the way to the tunnel faster than seems possible. But as Olivia is running and looking behind her, she's noticing this woman is not running after them. She's slowly, casually walking at them. But somehow she's not only keeping up, she's gaining on them. It's like it doesn't even make sense. And Olivia, she just takes one look back, sees that this woman is now closer, and continues to run. And Ivy's right beside her. They're going as fast as they possibly can. And it's like, it's almost like they know how long this tunnel is, but somehow it seems like this tunnel is stretching on infinitely. But finally, up ahead, they see the stairs that are going to lead them up and out of the tunnel and into the city streets. And so they're running and running. Olivia looks one more time back, and somehow this lady is closer than she was before, but once again, still walking, still moving slowly, purposefully. She has a look of just animal terror on her face, like she's ready to eat them or do something terrible, sinister to them. And once again, Olivia, she looks back for just a second, realizes this woman is closer, and she's screaming to Ivy, we gotta run, we gotta run. And so they hit the steps, and they're taking them two at a time, as fast as they can, up the steps, up the steps. They finally hit the top. Olivia looks back one more time. The lady in black is now on the stairs. She's that close to them. She's literally maybe 5 to 10 stairs away from them. She has been gaining this whole time, but once again, she is casually, somehow simultaneously, slowly, and with unnatural speed, moving up these stairs towards Olivia and Ivy. And so Olivia and Ivy, they look back, they see this, and once again, they redouble their efforts, bolting through the city as fast as they can. They're looking around for help. How is it possible? It's now like 4 in the morning. There's nothing. No early commuters to work. Nobody up with their lights on. It is a dead city. Totally quiet. And Olivia and Ivy, later they talked about that they're realizing this woman who has been coming up behind them, who should be making all of this noise. I mean, Olivia and Ivy, they're thundering through the city. Their footfalls are so loud, and they're echoing off the tunnels and up the stairs. This woman who's coming up behind them is dead silent. She makes no noise as she moves. In her outfit, it's almost like this ethereal, sinuous thing. It's just sort of flowing off her as she continues her pursuit of the girls. And these girls, it's like their animal instincts are getting deeper, scarier, telling them that they are in mortal danger as they continue to pelt through the city. And finally, up ahead, as this woman is right upon them, they see these 2 older men smoking by a crosswalk, and they run up to them and they're screaming at them for help. And the 2 men, it's like they turn, they're totally startled by these two young girls running up to them. And so they pause like, what is going on? And Olivia and Ivy, they turn back to show them this woman in black who is right upon them. I mean, right behind them. And she's just gone. She didn't step aside. There's really nowhere to hide. They're in the middle of the street. She's gone. They don't see her. The feeling is gone. She's just disappeared. And so Olivia and Ivy, it's like they're terrified, but they don't want to look stupid or crazy in front of these people. And so they just apologize, and they eventually make their way back home. They, of course, discuss it. Now, this is all the way back in 2018. All of these years have now passed. Olivia is in her 20s. And she said she just talked to Ivy about this situation, collected the details, see if they remembered everything correctly. And not only do they remember everything correctly, but Olivia and Ivy say every time, even now that they go by that spot, by that tunnel, where they saw that cat, where they saw that woman in black, even though they've never seen her again, every time they go by that area, their hair stands on end. A spine-chilling tingle goes down their back, and their chills are just palpable. That animal instinct, even to this day, tells them that this is not a safe place, and they need to run. Run from the lady in black. And so that's going to do it for today's story. If you find yourself enjoying this or any of the stories on my channel, first-hand true accounts of the supernatural, paranormal, things that go bump in the night that allow the spirits to guide your planchette, to both the like and subscribe button as well as the notification bell. That way you get notified every time I upload new content. Second, as I mentioned, all my stories are first-hand true accounts of the supernatural and paranormal, and I am always looking for new stories. So if you or anybody you know has a story that you think would fit well on my channel, just reach out to me on any of my social media, and we'll find a time to collect your story and potentially one day feature it here on The Orator. And lastly, if you'd like to support the channel, check out my Patreon, check out my merch. I'm always coming out with new designs, mostly by Jack's Attic. Always appreciate that. And so until next time, where you may pull up your chair and settle in, my fire will be stoked, and I will have another tale to tell.